Ladies and gentlemen, hailing from Cleveland, Ohio, I give you BVO.
Oh, we boxing? Yeah, we boxing. I need that belt like it ain't no other option. So we punching and weaving and blocking. Defeat ain't an option. Let them know. Shoot a video, put it on BVO. Let them know. Every time I punch, it's a heavy blow. BVO, bound to hit like bricks cause it was set in stone. Let them know. I ain't getting body, but I'ma hit this flow. Yeah, way more than a show. This is BVO.
Yo, what's up? What's up? What's up? It's your boy BBO Boxing. We in the house. We in the house. Ohio State about to win another national championship. I think our eighth. And I got my man D Free getting ready to take another devastating loss, man. How you feeling, man?
I didn't take one yet. Both my teams are still in the playoffs. One is in the championship. The other one is in the NFC championship. I ain't take no loss.
Hey, shout out to Chocolate City, man. I've been hearing nothing but great things from our capital, man. So let me ask you this, man. Y'all gonna win a Super Bowl?
Man, I don't see why not. Why not us? I mean, hey, this is a rebuild year. We playing with house money. Hey, I got faith in Jaden Daniels. As long as he's standing upright, I don't see why we won't win.
So let me ask you this though, man. Are you shocked how he's making these big throws like this?
Am I shocked how he's looking in the pros?
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't expect this from him this early. I expect him to be good, but I didn't expect him to look the way he's looking right now. This is something that I would expect from him in like a couple years from now. Like he looks like he's been playing in the pros for the last 3-4 years.
Yeah, I'm just wondering, man, how far he can go because he looked good, man. He looked good.
Yeah, I mean, if it's still more for him to learn, this is his rookie year. If it's still more for him to learn, dog, that's scary. That's scary. I mean, you talking about somebody who can possibly be the greatest quarterback ever because he's already had the greatest rookie season ever as a quarterback. And this is a rookie year, and you saying, okay, it's still more that he could learn. You talking about this dude got potential to be the best quarterback ever to lace up.
Yeah, he look. You know what? The funny thing is, I knew he was good, but I didn't realize that he was this good because I mean, I think he won the Heisman, man. I said, okay, he's a nice little player, but this brother looked like he might be better than advertised.
Yeah, like I said, I didn't expect this, and like I said, I had faith that he was going to be good. I watched him at LSU. I had faith that he was going to be good. I was like, okay, he's a good quarterback, and looking at him in college, there were certain things that you saw. You said, you know what, he might need to work on this. He might need to work on that. I don't know if they worked on that in the off season before the regular season started, but all that stuff that I said he might need to work on, it looked like he took care of all of that. It's like I don't see. No, you can't look at Jaden Daniels and say, you know what, he's not good in this area. He's not good in that area. You don't see no holes in his game. I'm like, okay, I mean, I don't know if this is a 1-year thing or if this is just what he is, but you expect at some point, okay, the rookie is going to show up. Now, we saw bad passes. Everybody have bad passes. But I've never seen a game where I say, you know what, he looks like a rookie. I saw a game where he didn't play his best, but I never saw a game where I said, you know what, okay, that's a rookie mistake. That he looks like a rookie right there.
Until he ran up in the Eagles during the regular season. And salute to my brothers.
What are you talking about? We beat y'all.
I know we're gonna beat y'all this time. I'm glad we split.
You said like y'all won. I thought Jaden Daniels beat y'all.
I'm gonna put it like this. We did split. We did split. Y'all beat us the first time we faced y'all early in the season. That's when Jaden Daniels had the bruised ribs, and no excuses. He still was out there, and y'all beat us. But the second go around, we beat y'all.
Y'all not gonna beat us twice.
Okay, if that's what you say.
Did
Like
you
I
see
said,
how our
as long as
defense? Do you see
no,
how our defense was doing?
no, that's what everybody said. Everybody kept saying, "Oh, this is the best defense Jaden Daniels is going to face. We got to see what he looked like
Did
against
you
this
see
defense."
what Saquon did?
No, you act like
He
we
gonna
haven't
gash
faced.
them.
You act like we haven't faced Saquon and that defense before. We did just beat y'all a few weeks ago. You act like we haven't faced y'all before. We
I'm
faced y'all
telling
twice.
you, it's gonna be a good one, dog.
Not near one of the times that we faced y'all did y'all blow us out.
It's a divisional game.
It's a divisional game, yes. And the first time you beat us, y'all got the win at the end of the game. It was like the fourth quarter, y'all took the lead. The second time we played, it wasn't that story. We had the lead from the third quarter on. So
Yeah, y'all was whooping us.
so it's not like that we haven't faced Saquon Barkley and this defense before. We
But
know
this
what to
Saquon
expect
is a
from that
different
defense.
Saquon, brother.
Oh, it's
No,
the
he's not.
same old Saquon. It's the
Same
same.
old-
BBO,
Oh,
your
it's the
team is
same old
out.
Saquon.
You can't talk to me in free right now.
Hold on.
It's the
Ain't she
same
from
old
North
Saquon.
Carolina? She talking about
What you mean?
No,
Ain't she
the
from North
I
problem is
built,
Carolina?
I
I'm gonna
built,
tell you
I
I'm gonna tell
built
you
the
what
Eagle Stadium, dog. I was there for the whole job. What you
I'm gonna
mean?
tell you what the problem is with Jaden Daniels. What makes him so good, and this is what some people. I heard somebody say it earlier today, but most people haven't said it, and I was thinking the same thing. He's a pocket quarterback who has the ability to run. He's not a running quarterback who has the ability to play the pocket. Like
Mm-hmm.
Lamar Jackson is a running quarterback that has the ability to throw the ball. Mike Vick was a running quarterback who had the ability to throw the ball.
Mm-hmm.
Jaden Daniels is the
I
exact
see what you're
opposite.
saying.
He's a pocket quarterback that has the ability
And
to
throw,
run.
and he throw dots.
Yeah. And so it's like even the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, though, if you go back and watch that wild card game against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers,
Mm-hmm.
I bet you I didn't realize they had two spies on Jaden Daniels.
Mm-hmm.
They had two spies on Jaden Daniels, and they still couldn't stop him. They had two
I was
spies.
rooting for them. I was rooting for y'all on that one.
Yeah, he I don't know. I tell you what, Jaden Daniels, he looked good. I think what he do? You know, he like a baby that just started walking, man. Can't wait to see what you do.
Salute,
Yeah.
fellas. Smash a like. Please smash a like.
What's going on, Bentley? He said Jaden Daniels going to light up the Eagles. No,
It's crazy.
I I'm gonna tell you right now, the only way the Eagles beat us is if we beat ourselves. The same way the Buffalo Bills beat the Ravens was because the Ravens beat themselves.
Yep.
They had bad turnovers. They had
Terrible
bad
Yeah,
turnovers.
turnovers.
you can blame that at Andrews, man. That brother dropping in the end
Oh
zone.
Yeah,
my God, that was
they
brutal.
beat themselves. That's what I'm saying.
I
They
feel
beat
bad for
themselves.
him because he's a very good tight end, man. I felt bad on that one.
I mean,
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. They beat themselves. It wasn't that the Bills beat them. They beat themselves.
Facts.
They gave it up.
and we seen when we seen, you know what, Lamar played. He played. The thing that's so crazy about Lamar, he's like a turnover machine in the doggone playoffs. I don't know what it is. In the playoffs, he get that ball up, man.
But I mean, yeah, he did throw a bad pick because
Bad
it
pick
was
though.
high, it was well overthrown, and he had a costly fumble that he had to recover a bad snap from the center. But the thing is, the he got him back in the game. They was
Oh, that's what
literally
I'm saying. He did everything he could do.
all
Yeah.
all all daggone Andrews had to do was hold on to the ball. He tried to fight for extra yards. He fumbled the ball. Okay. They still got back within 2 points. All he had to do was catch the ball and fall backwards. He couldn't even do that. They would have tied the game up.
That was just brutal, man. Absolutely brutal, D3.
It, it was a shocker though, man. Nothing more shocking than seeing Detroit lose, man. I can't believe that, bro.
I can.
I mean, sheesh. I can't tell you they were so dominant this year. I just couldn't believe they lost, man.
They was a good season team. That don't mean nothing. When that playoff start, you in a whole nother world, brother. And one loss and you're done.
I mean, Jesus. Jared
That's why
Goff.
this is the #1 sport in North America, bro.
They got to get rid of Jared Goff, man.
Yo, bro, no, it ain't that.
No,
I mean,
no,
I just
he's
felt like,
horrible, man. He's horrible, man.
but to
Who?
go back to the Ravens real quick, if I can, BVO,
Go
I
ahead.
they're gonna have to give up a first round. They're gonna have to do something unthinkable to get one of these top receivers. They're gonna have to go do something. They're gonna have to do it. Give up 2 first-round picks. So what? Go get one of these guys, bro, for this kid Lamar, man. I'm tired of seeing him. He the only one that don't got nobody. I ain't gonna say nobody. Flowers is cool. Andrews is cool. He got some the other boy. What's his name? He cool, but
Flowers.
no, I said Flowers. The other boy. Damn. He's free
Likely.
probably.
Likely.
Likely. Yeah. They cool. No, they need a like a AJ Brown, like the young boy on free team. I'm having a.
They had AJ Brown. They had running team. I don't know
I'm
why they still
saying
running.
though. I'm saying though. They need to get Lamar a receiver that can make
No,
plays
they
down the
don't, man.
field,
They
bro.
should run the ball, bro. They got to run.
Uh, wasn't Henry talking about he was cold or something?
I mean, but they both cold weather teams. It ain't like
Baltimore.
Baltimore's not cold. Baltimore's a cold weather team.
Nah, I don't
Now
think
they
Lamar
not
sold.
they might not be as cold as Buffalo, but it's a cold weather team. Dog, it's like 10 degrees outside right now.
Yeah, it's
No,
it's
when it get
19 here.
no when it gets cold in Maryland and Baltimore, it gets down to the 20s and 30s. It's not like it's an area where their cold is 40 degrees. Nah, it gets cold out here.
It's
I mean,
19 degrees here in Philadelphia, man.
yeah, I mean, no matter how you slice it, though, man, you got to win the games, man. You got to win the games, and Lamar, man, I wouldn't do nothing with Lamar, but I would trade Jared Goff or get rid of him, man.
Jared Goff. I
He
mean,
got
everybody
I
was
mean,
happy on Detroit, man, but I wasn't feeling them going into the playoffs, bro.
I knew what it was. I told everybody, all you got to do is put pressure in Jared Goff's face. He gonna do like Kirk Cousins did. He gonna throw the ball up. He gonna
Mm-hmm.
throw it up. You put
Just throw it
pressure
up
on him.
there.
He just gonna throw it up. He can't move that well, and when he does move, he's inaccurate. All you got to do is put pressure on him. Most teams wasn't able to put pressure on him because he was getting the ball out of his hands so quick. But we was playing man coverage, and we were disguising the zones that we did play zone. We disguised it. It looked like we was playing man, and then we'll drop back into a zone. So he wasn't getting the ball out quick. And by the time he realized what it was, he had somebody in his
It
face.
was always in his face.
Yeah.
Yep. I knew I just knew Washington was going to beat them. I bet my man a friendly bet, and I said I'm going with Washington. He was like, "You crazy?" Da da da, because he's a big Detroit fan. This is our year. It's our time. And shout out to him, but he cooked.
You think Worm got my money free?
He cooked.
You think Worm got my money?
He
Who?
cooked.
Worm?
Remember Worm on Tommy's show? Put up
Oh yeah,
20.
he should have it. He should have it. He should have it. I don't because he does a lot of betting. I don't see him as that type of dude to not pay up
What I
his
will
bets.
say though,
He bets a lot.
they only threw the ball to Amari Cooper one time.
Duh. Why?
I don't know what they doing. The Bills
Now
are team.
now the thing is a wide receiver that's out there available that Baltimore Ravens could get, but I think he wants to come to Washington. Now,
Who?
Baltimore is a nice place for him to go as well, but I think he wants to come to Washington and play with Jaden Daniels, and that's T. Higgins.
Mm.
T. Higgins is a free agent.
Y'all got
Oh,
the money to pay him?
Huh?
Y'all got the money to pay. He gonna want like $20 million a year, man.
No, he not asking for 20 million. Now, I mean,
He a number one free. He a number one, bro.
no, he's not a number one. He's not a number one. He's a number two. Now he could be a number one on like a Baltimore team. He could be a number one, but on Washington's team, he's not a number one. He's a number two, or you could say he's a 1B. He's not
You think
the
that
number
goes more?
one. No, he can be a number one on some people's team, but not everybody's team. He can't be a number one on everybody. Like, he's not going to be a number one in Dallas. He's not going to be a number one in Washington.
He ain't gonna
He's
be
not,
one in
he's,
Philadelphia.
he's not going to be a number one in Philly. He's not going to be a number one in Los Angeles with the Rams.
Maybe
It's a lot
somewhere
of
like
teams.
Titans. Who the Titans got?
The Vikings, he's not going to be a number one. It's a few teams he can go to. He won't be a number one, but he'll be.
Baltimore, Tennessee.
I don't know if you see T. Higgins play, man. The brothers are number one. Jamar Chase is just more.
No, he has number one talent, but what I'm saying is when you already have a number one receiver on there, you're not going to bring somebody in there and say, okay, this is the number one receiver. No, you're going to bring him in there as the number two. Now, like I said,
If you pay him the number one, he's gonna be looking for number one money, free.
He might have the role as a number two, but he might be a 1B. Like any given day, either one of those receivers can lead in receptions for the game any given day. That's what I said.
So let me ask you a question.
Role of a number two, but he could be a 1B because
What if
he
you
does
took-
have number one talent.
If you took like AJ Brown or Terry McLaurin from Washington or Philly and plug him in, does that make him number one there? Because he's gonna be looking for number one money.
Yeah. If you take AJ Brown from Philly and you put T. Higgins in Philly, he's a number one over Deshaun Smith or over Devontae Smith. If you take Terry McLaurin from Washington and put T. Higgins, he's a number one.
Okay. I think he's going to be looking for number one money, but I don't see him leaving that situation though, because he gets some good stats and
he's already said he's not going back. He's
Yeah?
not going back.
Damn.
My man Remo pulling up.
Yeah, they're not trying to pay him. They put him on a franchise tag.
That's crazy.
They're not trying to pay him because they have two receivers that they have to pay because after next year, they have to pay Jamal. They have to pay Jamal. And you're not going
Chase got to get paid. Bro.
Yeah, you're not going to let Chase go for Higgins. You're not going to let Chase go for Higgins.
Yeah. Salute to my guy pulling up. Salute to my man Bentley. My man B.
Smash the light. Smash the light, brothers.
We definitely got to get this debate on real quick. You know, I'm about to smash. So I know my man T Hill. You ready with these questions, T Hill?
Oh man, yeah, I can shoot some questions. What questions I'm supposed to shoot, bro?
You see him in our chat?
Oh, let me check. I shoot them when I see them.
Yeah, they getting Cam Ward all day, bro. They got to get the Titans. Got to get Cam Ward is better than Shador.
Yeah, they're gonna get Cam Ward.
Yeah, Shador can't hold Cam Ward sneakers, bro. Cam Ward good, man. Cam Ward should be a Brown.
Right, so look, what's gonna happen? Because I'm gonna have to go back to I'm gonna have to put them up on the computer. I'm gonna be on two formats right now. We're gonna top it off. I got you though.
Salute to my man Ben Israel. Salute, bro. You about to watch a massacre. What's that thing? What my man say? You about to watch a master at work.
Salute to my guy Bentley, the higher standard. Now I ain't saying that my man Lamar sold, but there's people out there that's saying they believe that he sold, man.
It wasn't on him. It was the tight end fumbled the ball and then he dropped the 2-point conversion. That would have tied the game up.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't on Lamar. Lamar got him back into position to take to tie the game up, and it just his tight end dropped the ball. I mean, it is
point blank. Period.
So I think we do. Hold on, we do an opening, and then we do the 3 questions and then the rebuttals, right?
Yeah. Well, we do the what we do is we just do the questions. I mean, if you want to do an opening, that's fine, but we do the questions, rebuttal, and then you go to the next question, then another rebuttal. I mean, but if you want to do an opening statement prior to us doing the question, that's fine.
My brother said he'll try his best not to support blacks. You a goofball.
That's crazy.
That's what I'm saying, baby boy. They be over there on. They be on your head about that stuff.
Hold on. This is coming from B3 because B3 is a Native American. That's okay.
Oh,
He's
we
still
do Native American?
That's
Okay,
crazy.
yeah,
got
he's a
you.
Native
Crazy to
American.
say.
So now he want to talk crazy, but that's okay. That's okay.
I'm gonna be in there in a second. I just got to get up on this thing real quick. The potatoes is almost ready though. So, oh, sorry about that. Sorry about that. Let me go on mute for a second.
You know, we dealing with Uncle Ben, aka Tommy Hill, over there cooking.
Got that
But
right.
yeah, that Shador. I think Shador is good, but I'll say this: I'm just wondering why is Dion talking about he not gonna go to certain teams? I don't understand that at all.
Because
I
Eli
think
did it.
He not Eli.
yeah,
You said why he's not gonna?
he trying to get his son in a favorable position, but on top of that, he might be at one of those places where he can't go because there are opportunities, and he's pretty hot right now, especially for the job that he did over in Colorado, getting them back to relevancy. So he got the draw. People respect him. So he can
Yeah,
probably.
The best
you
cornerback of all time.
yeah you. But the thing is, you don't wanna really burn no bridges because he was at Jackson State, or what it was, it Jackson State?
Yeah.
Yeah, Jackson State, and he stayed there for a few years, and then he went to Colorado. This is his second year with Colorado. You don't want to go from one college to a bigger college because Jackson State was a small college. Go to a bigger college and then leave in the middle of your contract, and then go to the NFL. And then what if it doesn't work out in the NFL? You gonna go back to college? And they like, man, we don't know how long you gonna stay. You bouncing around. If another good opportunity come, you gonna bounce.
I
So
say he sits still this out. I think he comes back to Colorado next year.
I
Yeah,
think he
they
will.
got a really good team coming back. They got a
I,
really good
I about to
team.
say
Yep. The
I
quarterback they
think he will
got, he
too.
nice. What, Free?
No, I was gonna say I think he's gonna come back to Colorado too.
Yeah.
I don't think he's gonna take that job in Dallas because
It's a
Nah.
bad
that's
job.
another thing
Yeah.
too. If
You're
his
right.
son
BBO.
let's say his son let's say he goes to the Giants and Dion is the head coach in Dallas. Now you got a scheme against your son. I don't think Dion want to do that. I don't think he want to.
And plus, to tell you the truth, man, they just ripped up his old contract, and he got a raise at like 56 or however old he is. He an old man and just got a big time raise, man. So I don't see him leaving. And he got a crib. I don't think he leaving, bro.
Yeah, I don't think he want to. I don't think he want to coach against his son unless it's like a playoff game or it's a one game throughout the season that they have to pay a different conference team and it just happened to be his son's team. I don't think he want to face his son two games a season
So I
I can
want I
because
see
want I
Coach
want to tell I
Prime
want to
saying
tell
he ain't
everybody
coaching
something.
that game.
Let me say this real quick. Support our sponsor, Raycon. That's RayconGlobal.com. That's RayconGlobal.com. Definitely support our sponsor. I also want to let everybody know, 3 channels. We all getting together. Shout out to CDK. Shout out to my man Puerto Rican Tommy. We all gonna come together and we gonna do something special. So just keep a lookout. We all coming together, man. Because what we gonna do is working together works, man. And I can't wait to see this. I'm waiting with great anticipation to see how this goes, man. Because Uncle Don been saying it. I'm gonna listen to Uncle Don, man. Working together works. So shout out to CDK. Shout out
What a
to my man
CDK.
Tommy. I'm still looking for my
I'm about
Wally Tommy, but salute to Tommy.
I'm about to pull out. I'm about to pull out, and I'm gonna come in on my computer so that I can use my phone for the questions. All right.
okay.
Okay.
That brother said pull out. Whoa.
Whoa.
My bad. My bad. I thought it was New Year, New You, man. I'm about to
No, my
leave
bad. No,
the
I'm
panel,
sorry.
dog. Get
Let
off
me
the
cancel
device
that
that I
pause,
got on
man.
my
Cancel that
phone, and
pause.
I'm gonna come back on my computer so that
We
I
would
can
not.
get back to.
We would not be doing any Diddy questions. This is strictly boxing. No Diddy questions.
I know my man over there like the Diddy Bop, dog, but it's all good. No did it.
Yeah, we got
No
rid of that.
did
We
it.
got rid of that. I'm like my man. I'm like my man. Heavy
This
D. What
is
is
my groove. Don't fuck with my groove, nigga. You understand what I'm telling you? Yeah, bounce.
I gotta I gotta find one where he not cussing like that. I'm sorry about that. I didn't know he was cussing like that. Our brother cussing like he ain't got no sense.
No,
So
But
we got
listen,
my man. We got my
what's going
man
on,
Yo in the
Crush?
house. That's judge number 1, and judge number 2 is going to be my man GP all the way from
What's going
West
on,
Baltimore.
GP?
Oh,
Yo.
what's happening? Hey man, I
What?
ain't come on here for that. I just came to
Oh, you
let
gonna
free.
judge, fool? You got to get
I,
the work.
The
I left.
master ceremony is in the building. The master
Hey,
ceremony is in the building. Salute to my bros. Salute to everybody, man. What's going on, y'all? Sorry I'm running a little late. Had some other stuff, entertaining stuff going on. I was actually moderating a little amateur neighborhood street match against two 17-year-old young bucks in the neighborhood. Both of their dads used to be in the streets real quick, and they always heard stories about their dads was the only two that could beat each other, so they decided to put some boxing gloves on and get it in and see if any of these dudes is anything like their fathers. And I'm gonna tell y'all, just like I told these young bucks, I love them to death, but you're nothing like your daddies. You both look bad. Y'all got to tighten up. I called it a damn draw because they was just that terrible. No bull crap.
Hey, all I can say is this:
Make a choice.
shout out to my man Debo, my man Zeus, man.
What is that?
Hey, but
hey,
no,
free.
let
Oh
me
no,
let
no.
me say
Hey,
a quick story.
free. What's up, free?
What's up?
You ready for this week?
Oh, most definite. Most definitely. I got my Notre Dame playing in the championship right now.
I
And
see
then
you got the Irish
Washington's
behind
ready
you.
to make it
That's
to the
right
Super
there.
Bowl.
You sure enough did pick Notre Dame,
You
guy.
got that. I see you got your Irish behind you, but I'm talking about them skins, them
Oh,
dead
Notre
skins.
Dame won?
Hey, I'm gonna tell you like this. Hold on, let me
Did
correct
Notre
this thing.
Dame
Let me
win,
correct
though?
this thing.
Whoopsie.
I'm gonna tell you like this. I'm gonna tell you just like this. All right, hold up. Where I'm at.
Yo, but did
Dog,
Notre Dame win?
you
I
asking
knew
me,
he was
am I
about to do
ready?
something
Dog,
else.
I've been eating on my Terry McLaurin cereal.
Oh,
I've been sitting
damn.
here
Oh, damn.
eating on my Washington pecans. I've been eating on my Washington pistachios. Hey, dog, I'm ready. I got my Washington
Get,
coffee over there. I've been out here throwing a little bit of Washington football and everything. Dog, we ready.
I see you got that Kelly Green behind you though.
Yeah, we ready too, free. The
What
battle of
up, Prize?
I-95. What up, Crush?
Prize, I know you on fire. Standing, holding it down. You're diehard Eagles fan. So before we get into this debate, I got to hear from you because we got a Commanders
You
fan
need to
up
go to
here,
the
and we got a
hospital?
diehard Eagles fan up here. I'm just asking, Prize, what do you have to say to the Commanders fans? Just let bro know.
All I gotta say is we gonna just run them over, bro. We gonna be big. They gonna have their little moments, but we gonna do what we do. They not ready for this
Hey,
game, and they not ready for this game on the road against the best team. And we going to the Super Bowl. We're gonna smash the Commanders. No, I'm not worried about
The
them. Just
Eagles
like I
won.
wasn't worried
hey,
about the Rams. We're gonna overwhelm them. They're gonna have their moments that might go back and forth, but at the end of the day, when that fourth quarter's over, and when Saquon get done with them, it's a wrap.
Yeah.
hey, Crush. I see.
Okay? You're not that guy, pal. Trust me. You're not that guy. Okay. Okay? Are you? Absolutely.
Crush. I see
Can you hear me?
three diehard Eagles fans up here.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
So some
the
more.
Eagles won.
I didn't know. Pardon my tardiness on that, but salute to the Philadelphia fans, and of course D3 already let me know what he feels as though that his Washington Commanders with the hottest rookie quarterback, motherfucking goddamn start off out of
Hey, that boy Crush called cussing crazy.
my bad. You know that boy Daniels is bad, man. So I'm gonna say this. Philadelphia versus Washington is my David Morrell versus Benavidez, but not in the boxing ring, but on the football field. That's what I'm calling that. I'm putting in the form of boxing. It's David Morrell versus David Benavidez. Whatever team you want to take as Morrell or Benavidez, you can do that, but that's what it is. But man, other than that, I'm here to blow the whistle and moderate some butt kicking. So whenever y'all ready to get this started, let's get it rolling.
Let's get it on.
Go ahead, T Hill.
Are you ready? I thought you
Yep.
was doing introductions and all that good stuff.
Oh no, we already know who is BBO, the original man versus Puerto Rican.
And
Okay, I
BBO, I see
got
you
it.
over there on the
Hey, Tommy, this is what I
bench.
do, Tommy.
Huh?
I give a proper ring introduction, and then we can go from there.
Okay.
So, ladies and gentlemen, that's in attendance, we appreciate y'all coming in for tonight's episode, which is a special episode. We all like friction, we all like fighting, so we got battle of the words, we got the battle of boxing knowledge, we got the battle of two minds that just won't quit because they stand 10 toes down. We have tonight, this debate is straight from Cleveland. He is known as the Asiatic black man. He is known as Kareem Akbar, the brother from the bank. Known as Wiz Khalifa. He's known as, Cleveland's own. He's also known as Bernardo, but we call him BVO, Mr. Controversy, like the Prince song. And then we have one of the biggest names in the YT streets when it comes to boxing knowledge. This man was a part of one of the biggest debate tournaments on the YouTube streets. And he made it all the way up to the final. Some people say he got robbed. So we know him as our brothers, the Puerto Rican Prince. The Speaker of the DMV. The Ambassador of Washington, D.C. Security of the First World. Watch it. He's guarding the galaxy. He will hurt you, and he got a vicious laugh. And when it comes to boxing, he plays those games. Ladies and gentlemen, my man, D Free. And we have the lead judge of this, which is brother Tommy Hill. Always keep an eye. Crazy Behinds on chill. We have prize fighter in the building. And we got my main man down there, over there in the building. And we going to have a dope debate. So before we get started, I turn it over to Tommy Hill, everybody in attendance. Anything that y'all want to say, that's more so hold it until the end of the debate, because sometimes reading the chat and get things thrown off. I just ask you guys to give your opinion on who won the round, not why they won, just who won the round, and there we go from there. So Tommy Hill on chills, it's on you, bro.
Hey man, shout out to the good brother Crush, the Mickey Freaky legend, the greatest man alive. Showed you why he also is that guy, the greatest man alive. Giving us that great breakdown, but not only a breakdown, an introduction to say the least, bro. We want to appreciate that brother for that level of professionalism. And hopefully we carry it on in this debate. We got a great debate here because we got the great debater himself, D Free, aka D Frizzle, my nizzle, from the DC area. Shout out to his Washington Commanders. They did well. They did what many people didn't believe was going to happen, and go out there and get that dub against them Lions. Also, shout out, we got my main man from Cleveland. He was known as Bernardo, but sometimes he go into that CDO territory. We debating who's the better fighter on 3 questions: legacy and achievements, level of competition, and career longevity and dominance, between Big Daddy Riddick Bowe and Lennox Lewis, the gentleman. So with that, I say the first question will go to D3 first. Or who is there a coin that's going to be flipped? So we determine.
Tommy, turn your mic up just a little bit, kind of low, if you can.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, D Free the champion, so he'll go first. D Free's the champion.
I'm kind of low though.
There you go. Now you good, Tommy. You good now. I can hear you a little more.
My bad.
You good.
Okay, so legacy and achievements. Who left a more lasting impact on the sport of boxing? Was it Riddick Bowe with his memorable rivalries, or Lennox Lewis with his consistency and undisputed championship reign? D Free, that question is to you.
Hands down, it's Lennox Lewis. What we talk about all the time when it comes to Lennox Lewis is he's one of the all-time great heavyweights. He was the last undisputed champion up until we just had the Usyk versus Tyson Fury, and that was for about 25 years. There was no other undisputed champion for 25 years. So a lot of people has been hungering for the undisputed champion for heavyweight. We've seen undisputed champions in all of the other weight classes, but they haven't had it at heavyweight. And all they kept saying was the last heavyweight undisputed champion was Lennox Lewis. Still to this day, people still talk about Lennox Lewis, the fights that he had with Evander Holyfield, the fight that he had with Mike Tyson, the fight that he had with Klitschko. The only thing that we really talk about with Riddick Bowe, which is a lasting impression, is the fact that he didn't fight Lennox Lewis. That's the only thing that we really talk about with Riddick Bowe. I mean, Riddick Bowe, he had a nice trilogy with Evander Holyfield, but nobody really talks about that trilogy. They talk about the fight that never happened. And Lennox Lewis wanted that fight. Riddick Bowe didn't want to give him that fight. He felt like Lennox Lewis didn't deserve to get what he was asking for that fight, so he never had to fight. He literally threw his belt away because Lennox Lewis was the mandatory. He threw his belt away and never fought Lennox Lewis. So you gotta say Lennox Lewis definitely had the better achievement by conquering undisputed, and he has a more lasting impression as far as the level of opponents that he fought and the consistency of always fighting the best fighters. And like I said, the only thing we know from Riddick Bowe was actually not fighting Lennox Lewis. I'll leave it right there and pass it over to my rivalry.
Well, salute, man, everybody. Salute to my man Puerto Rican Free. And definitely salute to my man Tommy, man. But when we talk about legacy and achievement, man, people immediately think about accomplishments, and that's paper. As my man Crush said, we don't care about accomplishments. We talking about paper. But show your boy Free made a great point. Lennox Lewis was undisputed, gold medalist, and all the accolades. But Riddick Bowe legacy isn't just about numbers. It's about the impact. When he beat Evander Holyfield in '92, he became the guy in the heavyweight division. The one of the greatest heavyweight fights of all time. If we talking about trilogy, probably one of the greatest trilogies of all time. And this is when they both were in smack dab in their prime. When we seen, Lennox Lewis, we talk about legacy. He fought an old Mike Tyson, a washed up Evander Holyfield, but he didn't fight him in his prime. Let's remember, Lennox, talking about legacy, he went back to the Olympics like Lomachenko. He was a grown man fighting 16 and 17-year-olds. So I don't know how much credit you want to give him for that, because he's actually a year older than Mike Tyson and a year younger than Evander. So, I mean, this was a dude who went back to go fight some kids to get a gold medal. The one thing I will say, too, when we talk about one of the greatest fights of all time, Bowe was in his absolute prime in 1992 and destroyed a very, 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 people were scared to death of Evander Holyfield when he came from cruiserweight. And that probably single fight, I would say, probably defined the 90s heavyweight division. And if you think about the 90s heavyweight division, the first fight that's always going to come to your mind is when Big Daddy Bowe went up against my man, Evander Holyfield. I mean, that's the fight you think of. And to me, Bowe's legacy is dominance. I mean, you could tell me about Lennox's accomplishments, but he was never as dominant as Big Daddy Bowe, and I'll leave it at that.
All right, I don't know what this dude is talking about. He was never dominant. No, what everybody talks about. These guys going to be the next Lennox Lewis. Lennox Lewis was probably one of very few fighters that literally beat everybody he's ever been in the ring with. The two losses that he had, he went back and fought those same guys and knocked both of them out. He literally beat everybody he's been in the ring with. This man was 41-2-1. He has one draw against Evander Holyfield. He went back and beat Evander Holyfield to get rid of that daggone draw. Every single person he's been in the ring with, he's beating. He has either stopped them or he got a decision over them. So I don't know what you're talking about. He hasn't been dominant. But he said this man hasn't been dominant. He fought an old, washed-up Mike Tyson. He fought a Evander Holyfield that was past his prime. When Riddick Bowe fought Evander Holyfield. Evander Holyfield was 31-2-0. When Lennox Lewis fought Evander Holyfield was 36-3-1. It was only a difference of 4 fights. It was a difference of 4 fights. There was literally 4 fights in between the 2 times they fought. So you saying he was washed up? Evander Holyfield went to fight on much more longer after he fought Lennox Lewis in 1999. He fought him in 1999. He fought Riddick Bowe in 95. He fought all the way up into
I'm talking about the first fight. Go ahead.
You can't interrupt my man.
Oh, my bad. I thought we was making clarification. My bad.
Just a reminder, next time that happens, you will get a half a point taken away from your great work.
Okay.
My bad. My bad. My wife called me. But yeah. So no, he didn't. Lennox Lewis was a dominant heavyweight. He dominated everybody he's been in the ring with. He literally dominated everybody. Everybody compares the heavyweights now to Lennox Lewis. They don't compare them to Big Daddy Bowe. They compare them to Lennox Lewis, Evander Holyfield, and Mike Tyson. Nobody compares any heavyweight to Riddick Bowe. They might say he has a style like Riddick Bowe, but they don't ask, is this going to be the next Riddick Bowe? They don't ask that. They say, is this guy going to be the next undisputed heavyweight champion like Lennox Lewis? Is he going to be as dominant as Lennox Lewis? Matter of fact, Riddick Bowe is not considered one of the greatest heavyweights of all time. He's not considered that. He's a very good heavyweight, but he's not considered as one of the greatest heavyweights of all time. So you saying he wasn't dominant? I don't see how he wasn't dominant. And we'll get into that when we get to the next question. You'll see how dominant Lennox Lewis really was.
All right.
Rebuttal, BBO.
I got a rebuttal. I mean, listen, Lennox Lewis had a phenomenal career, no doubt. But let's talk about Bowe in his prime. This guy had it all: power, gritted chin, and most importantly, skills. We're not talking about no Creed or no Rocky stuff. We're talking about real skill. And let me tell you something. Bowe's performance against Evander Holyfield in his first fight, that wasn't just a win. It was a masterclass. He beat him to death. He didn't just beat Holyfield. He imposed his will on one of the greatest heavyweights to ever live. Now, Lennox is a legend. So I'm not going to sit here and say he's not great. We all love Lennox Lewis. You know, that's my guy, Ox. But he doesn't have a fight. He doesn't have a fight like that this whole career. Not one. And you don't even get started on the 2 knockout losses that he went to bed in the middle of the ring. I mean, he went to sleep in the middle of the ring both times. And he said, and we talking about prime for prime, I'll take Riddick Bowe every time and 2 times on Sunday. The guy was an absolute monster. And we're talking about probably, and it's the thing that we don't never bring about Riddick Bowe. He might have not had, you know, when we talk about, you know, accomplishments and legacy, I think the only thing he didn't really have was, I would say, is the longevity. But I will say this, when we talk about prime for prime, being skilled, if you've seen him, you know, almost like a Gale Sayers type of guy. If you've seen Big Daddy Bowe in his prime, there hasn't been many better heavyweights than him in his prime. I put him against anybody that you could talk about. Gene Tunney, you could put him in there with Joe Louis, Muhammad Ali. I'm talking about as far as skill, one of the most skilled heavyweights to ever touch the ring. So when I hear my brother talk about Lennox Lewis, we never hear about him being the most skilled. We just hear about a big dude who beat a couple of has-beens. And that's what he get credit for, because we all seen Vitaly Klitschko whooping his head till he got that cut. We seen that Vitaly was whooping that head till he got that nasty cut. But I'll leave it at that. I'll go ahead let the judges have the rest of that.
All right. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go to the first judge, and we're gonna make that be prize fighter, the esteemed brother from the Philadelphia, Pennsylvania area.
Yeah, pardon me, bear with me. I'm a little under the weather, but that was a good round. I felt like BBO, you had some good stuff, but I got to go with Free in that round because he was just dropping too many like stats and good facts too. But you did have some good rebuttal though. I liked you on the rebuttal, and you know you should have mentioned that Riddick only lost 1 fight because I agree with you would say I think he's better. I do personally. I think he's more skilled. I think he's like you said, his jab. He just an over round. It was power. He had everything. He only lost one time, and you didn't bring that up. And I felt like Free just had, and you kind of went a little short. And Free like had more bars basically. Like you quit rapping basically. You know what I'm saying? If you watching battle rap, so I got to go with Free on that one. But I agree with you though. What you said about skill, prime for prime, and all that. I'm with you on all that.
So you got this one
I
going.
got the champ. You know, it's hard not to give it to the. You got to beat the champion, bro.
Man, gave it to the champ.
You got to
All
beat the
right,
champ, bro. You
we
have
gonna
to
go
beat him.
down one from you to my main man, the right hand man is Texas
Pardon me.
man around these streets of YouTube. That's GP. GP, are you with me?
Oh yeah.
What up, GP?
Hey yo, I'm going back with what he said. What Pride said. No, he definitely excuse me. No, I'm going with what Pride said. I'm gonna have to get that round to D3. He was dropping jewels. I feel like it's a lot that BBO could have said, but it ain't said because I'm a supporter of both fighters, Big Daddy and Lennox.
Facts.
But he yeah, you got crushed that round. I feel like BBO got crushed that round. It's a lot that you could say. I'm not gonna say what it is, but on to the next.
B3 crazy.
All right. Now I'm not sure is Crush the third judge or am I the third judge?
No, Crush the Judge. You the host.
Main man, the greatest man alive, aka the Grumpy OG, aka the Michael Buffer of YouTube, aka it's still CBO on his. But my main man, Crush the Legend. What say you?
What's happening? Thank you for the introduction. I appreciate it, man. Keeps me motivated. Okay, so I listened to both brothers state their case. This was a great first round. They both did great. I don't think either one of these guys did anything short. And this is not against what my fellow brothers had said, but I have to state my opinion. To be honest with you, for me, I gave this round to BBO. And I'm going to tell you simply why. Because he stated something that was a good case. Because when we talk about Lennox Lewis, who is a Hall of Famer champion, and he's on that list. Bowe is not. But that don't take away the fact it is. Because we got to remember, Lennox Lewis wasn't always as good looking as he was. He didn't really develop a jab until he got with Emmanuel Stewart. By the time he got with Emmanuel Stewart and where BBO was leading from Holyfield being in his prime, out of his prime. Not basically out of his prime, but 4 wars later. And each war takes a little bit off. You don't necessarily have to be out your prime, but it's wear and tear. That's just like with a car. You keep on putting miles on it, things going to start happening, right? Also, Lennox Lewis, when he had the best run in his career after he picked up the jab, he fought a lot of fighters. He whooped their behinds, but they was out of their prime. So that's why I gave that to BBO, and that was a great round for D3. Like I said, no one did anything even short. We can't call draws, so I had to go with what stuck out the best for me. And even with the rebuttals, they was even good too. But I gave that round to BBO because he landed something, and I think that impressed me the most, because nothing to say about Lennox, but facts is when he really went on that tear and people got to know about him, most of those guys he fought was past their prime. So that's why I gave it to BBO. But great round by both of these fellas. So now I pass it back to the host with the most, Tommy Hill, keeping us on chill.
All right, man. I'm gonna be honest with you. It was a fantastic round. I like the question, so to speak, and I think for me, we got to remember that while we're judging, we got to make sure we keep it on the content as it pertains to the question. So I know my vote don't really matter. I also agree with Crush. I thought it was a fantastic round for D3. I thought that in the initial argument by my brother BVO, I thought he landed the harder punches, the more effective punches. But in the rebuttal, I think that my man D Free addressed it and then came with some more body work. And I think that body work kind of wore him down because on his rebuttal, he didn't address the rebuttal and therefore stamp the real reason why Bo was for him more memorable and left a lasting impact on the sport of boxing, because ultimately it's about who had the greater impact. And that's where I thought that if he would have stuck to that, it would have cemented it. But great work by both. Second question is going to be level of competition. Which fighter faced and defeated tougher opponents throughout their careers, and how does that reflect on their overall greatness? And I'm gonna pose that question to BBO first.
I'm gonna say this. Let's not rewrite history here. Riddick Bowe fought one of the best heavyweights of his era, Evander Holyfield. I can't say enough about Evander's dominance, being first ever guy to become undisputed at cruiserweight, then went up to heavyweight and fought Riddick Bowe. Um, 3 times. And this is the funny thing. He fought Holyfield 3 times and went 2-1 against him. He didn't cherry pick. He didn't wait for guys to age out. He got in the ring with the toughest fighters and won convincingly. Not a close one. You know, Lennox is known for winning close. We seen Oliver McCall, who was, having a nervous breakdown. Lennox couldn't even knock him out. So when I say level of competition, I mean it's no competition. We talking about what Big Daddy Bo did. And yes, he fought everyone eventually, but he caught guys like Mike Tyson. This is the thing about Lennox. He caught guys like Mike Tyson and Evander Holyfield when they were past their prime. Both fought the best when they were at their best and coming off their best fight. That has to matter. That has to matter. When he fought Evander Holyfield's next fight after this trilogy was against Mike Tyson. It was one of the greatest fights we've seen. Mike Tyson versus Evander won. So I gotta just keep hammering that home because if we talking about level of competition, he has not fought anybody like the great 2 division undisputed champion, Evander Holyfield. And that's gotta matter for some. And we talking about strength of competition. The main thing we gotta say is this. Because Lennox Lewis went back to the Olympics like a goofball, he kind of avoided work. He tried to go back there with guys like David Tua, just the young guys, Butterbean. He wanted to go back there with them guys, but he should have been in that same Olympics with Evander and Mike Tyson. He's their age. So the thing about it, it's no question who wanted the best competition, and it's no question who was the most dominant. We're talking about just absolute level of competition. There was nobody like Big Daddy Bo as far as looking for the best, always taking the best. But I'll leave it at that. Go ahead.
Fired.
All right. I'm sorry, man. I was on mute. All right, great job by my man BBO. Now we gonna pose that same question. Do you need me to repeat that question?
Oh no, I'm good.
All right, it's your floor.
All right, we talking about level of competition. Let me read off some guys real quick. We got Razor Ruddick, we got Frank Bruno, we got Tommy Morrison, Ray Mercer, Oliver McCall, Andre Goliath, Shannon Briggs, Evander Holyfield, Michael Grant, Franz Boda, David Tua, Hasim Rahman, Mike Tyson, Vladimir Vitaly Klitschko. Out of that list, Riddick Bowe only fought 2 of those guys. He fought Evander Holyfield and he fought Andre Goliath. That list is the list of fighters that Lennox Lewis fought. Out of that list, they fought during the same time. They both went pro in '89. Lennox Lewis retired in 2003. Riddick Bowe retired in 2005. They fought during the same time. Out of that list of all of the guys, and at that time, those were the guys that we say was the top of the heavyweight division. All those guys was those guys that was at the top of the heavyweight division. Vitaly Klitschko, he was 32-1. Lennox Lewis stopped him in the 6th round. Mike Tyson was 49-3. Lennox Lewis knocked him out in the 8th round. Hasim Rahman was 35-2. Lennox Lewis knocked him out in the 4th round. David Tour was 37-1. Lennox Lewis got a unanimous decision over him. Franz Boda was 42-1. Lennox Lewis stopped him in the 2nd round. Michael Grant was 31-0. Lennox Lewis knocked him out in the 2nd round. Evander Holyfield was 36-3-1. Lennox Lewis got a unanimous decision over him. Shannon Briggs was 30-1. Lennox Lewis stopped him in the 5th round. Andre Galata was 28-2. Lennox Lewis knocked him out in the 1st round. Oliver McCall was 28-6. Lennox Lewis stopped him in the 5th round. Ray Mercer was 23-3-1. Lennox Lewis got a majority decision over him. Tommy Morrison was 45-2-1. Lennox Lewis stopped him in the 6th round. Frank Bruno was 36-3. Lennox Lewis stopped him in the 7th round. Razor Ruddock was 27-3-1. Lennox Lewis stopped him in the 2nd round. These were all the top guys. Now, when we go through the list of who Riddick Bowe fought, I only recognize 2 guys on that list, and that's Evander Holyfield and Andre Galata. The rest of those guys, I don't know who the hell they are. I don't know them. I literally don't know him. I literally went through his daggone joint because I said, I know he had to fight more guys than this. He literally only fought 2 guys, but you say he fought the best competition. Those were the best guys in the heavyweight division at the time that both these guys was fighting. And daggone Riddick Bowe only fought 2 of them. Lennox Lewis fought all of them and beat them all. He fought all of them, beat them all. So it's no question who fought the better level of competition. It was Lennox Lewis. Now, you want to say, oh, he fought these guys past his prime. Well, Mike Tyson, he wanted to fight him early. Mike Tyson didn't want to fight him. He wanted to fight him early. Your own guy that you're repping for, Riddick Bowe, he wanted to fight Riddick Bowe. Riddick Bowe didn't want to fight him. He wanted to fight Evander Holyfield earlier. He couldn't get the fight earlier for Evander Holyfield. So it's not his fault that he couldn't get the fight. He wanted it. He just couldn't get it. So you saying, oh, he fought these guys past the prime. No, these guys waited till they thought that Lennox Lewis got old because, like you said, they're around the same age. They waited till they thought Lennox Lewis got old, and then they fought him. The problem was he was better than them, and he beat them. So it wasn't that he waited, they waited. So I'll leave it with that one.
I'll go up. Okay, I see what's going on. Free using his Puerto Rican tricks. But let's slow down here. Lennox may have fought some of the big names, but what those names doing to fight them? Tyson past his prime. Holyfield past his prime, but Vitaly Klitschko past his prime. They're all past their prime. Both fought everybody on the other hand in their prime. Not only were they were not in decline. Everybody that you talk about that he fought was in decline. So I mean, it's just crazy. And let's not forget, Bowe handled Holyfield in the first fight, completely outclassed him, and Holyfield was in his prime, not beat up, not piece of his ear missing, in his actual prime, his physical male prime. And man, and the man who beat Mike Tyson. The man who really beat Mike Tyson, he beat the life out of Mike Tyson. And you talk about, and as far as Roy and Lennox, let's be clear. It was Lennox who refused to fight, but was willing to make the fight with anyone. But Lewis wasn't exactly eager to make it happen. You want to talk about competition, both felt the absolute best of his era, and they were all in their prime. Not after they had peaked, like you did with Mike Tyson. He had already peaked. You talk about he fought Mike Tyson when Lennox fought Mike Tyson. He had already peaked, and Evander was old as heck, man. He was ancient at that time, and the prime. Hold on 1 second, and that's the kind of competition that really matters. I mean, it just gets old when you hear people go on and on about Lennox. The dude was very good, but he couldn't hold Riddick Bowe's jockstrap. Riddick Bowe was a monster. Riddick Bowe put fear in people's heart. You never heard nobody say, I like Lennox Lewis. Every time I heard somebody say Lennox Lewis, they're making fun of him because he's like kind of like a girly man. They talked about him, and he really only fought guys that he knew he could beat. like David Tua, almost got smashed by Vitaly Klitschko, who was, like I said, past his prime. But guess what? He got the cut, and they gave him the fight. So I don't want to hear this about competition. Riddick Bowe is known for being one of the most feared heavy. People were scared of him. You see him in the press conference slap a dude right in the mouth. We never seen nobody scare Lennox Lewis. They would go in there, would beat him up. I mean, come on, you talking about Razor Ruddock? Who is that? Oliver McCall? Who is that? These dudes ain't got nothing on Evander Holyfield. He beat Evander Holyfield to death. That's got to count for something when we talk about competition. I'll give it back to my guy Free.
Yo, Free, you still here?
Yeah, I think he's still there. I don't see Prize.
Yeah,
I don't see you, but I hear you, Tommy. I just actually see myself. There's Prize. Okay, there we go. We're back.
I got put backstage. I was listening the whole time though, but I got put backstage and everybody icon went white. Like I can't see nobody.
It's still tone white, so there's something on their side of fixing it. So everybody's back. My bros is back. We just waiting.
I'm here. I'm still here.
My bad. Salute to my man Bentley on the 5-piece, man. Salute to my brother Bentley on the 5-piece.
Yeah, he did ask while you was cooking. Sorry, Bentley, he couldn't answer you at the time because he was, doing his thing.
So I was going over my notes. My bad. Yeah,
it's all good. Where's Tommy? Tommy, is you in here? Can we hear Tommy yet?
Yeah, I'm still in here. I don't know
where's D3.
I don't know. I feel like we all got kicked out. Because I know it put me. Yeah. So maybe.
Oh, here's D3.
Yeah, give him a chance to roll back up. Yeah.
Y'all ready for my rebuttal?
Yes. Go ahead. D3.
Okay. Now I heard everything BVO said. I heard everything he said. The problem is you said Riddick Bowe fought everybody in his prime. Who is everybody? We don't know the guys that he fought. You talking about he fought everybody in his prime? I don't know these dudes. The only two guys that I know is Evander Holyfield and Andrew Galata. That's the only two people I know. You saying everybody was scared of Riddick Bowe. He was a monster. People was feared of him. Not Lennox Lewis. He wanted to fight him. Your man wouldn't fight him. So he was such a scary guy. Why didn't he get in the ring with Lennox Lewis? He was too busy worried about the money aspect. He said, you know what? I'm not going to give the money. I'm not giving him the money that he wants. And so I'm going to drop my belt and let him have it. Okay. That sounds like he was scared. Not Lennox Lewis. Lennox Lewis wasn't scared of him. But that's what you say. I mean, you said everybody was scared of him. I didn't see him try to make a fight with David Tua. I didn't see him try to make a fight with Mike Tyson. I didn't see him try to make a fight with Shannon Briggs. I didn't see him try to make a fight with Hakeem Rahman or Michael Grant. I didn't see him trying to make a fight with none of those guys. So you saying everybody was scared of him? No, everybody wasn't scared of him. He wasn't fighting anybody. You say he fought all these guys in his prime. You can name me 5 guys that you know outside of Lennox Lewis. Outside of Evander Holyfield and Andrew Galata that you know of that he fought. You can't because you don't know nobody on his resume. I already know that. I looked at it. I'm looking at it right now. I don't know nobody on his daggone resume. So you talking about he fought the best competition. No, he didn't. He didn't fight the best competition. He fought a lot of guys, but it wasn't the best competition. The best competition was the guys that I just named. And you saying, oh, he fought these guys way past his prime. No, he didn't. Mike Tyson and Evander Holyfield, the only 2 guys that you could name that was past their prime that he fought. The only 2 guys you named. I just named off Vitaly Klitschko, Hakeem Rahman, Frank Buddha, Michael Grant, Shannon Briggs, Andre Galata, Oliver McCall, Ray Mercer, Tommy Morrison, Frank Bruno, and Razor Ruddock. You named 2 guys off of that list that he fought past his prime. But you say he fought everybody past his prime. Like I told you, he wanted to fight with Mike Tyson earlier. Mike Tyson wouldn't fight him. He wanted to fight with Evander Holyfield earlier. They didn't fight him. So your man is the one that's not fighting the best competition. He's fighting the best competition. But I rest with that one.
All right.
That was a tough round. That was tough. I hate that I'm even in this position right now. That was crazy.
But
Super
that's
tough.
the part of being a judge, my brother.
Super
I
tough.
can't do this judging stuff. This is too stressful for
You
me.
Okay.
gotta be Tonka tough, baby. I ain't saying you ain't
Yeah,
tough. You gotta be
Hey,
Tonka
hey.
yeah. This
Hey,
is a
hey,
tough
hey,
one.
hey, Prize, you want me to go first?
Nah,
You
it don't
got
matter. I'm
yours.
cool.
Like,
Nah, I'm
God
Hey,
cool. I'm
damn.
good. I'm good. That was a tough
um,
round.
okay, Pride, you
But
can go first. Go ahead.
I got it. No, even
Surprise, you
though
want?
I got it. Even though D Free ripped off a bunch of stats and names and stuff, I completely disagree with him in this one. I give it this round to BVO because Riddick Bowe, he only lost the one fight. And Free, you kept saying this is where you lost me. You kept saying you don't know them guys. Well, that's not true. You know who
Facts.
Pinkerton Thomas is. You know who Burt Cooper is and Tyrell Biggs and Tony Tubbs. You know those guys. Some of them guys fought Mike Tyson. He beat Andrew Galata when he was undefeated, even though he kept hitting them below the belt. You know Buster Mathis. You know these guys. So that's where you lost me. That's why I give it to BVO on this one because you keep saying two. And even though BVO only did name those two guys, really both fought some guys too, bro. If you look at his thing, you know who those guys are. You know who Pinkerton Thomas was.
Hmm.
You know those guys. Free. Don't do that. So I disagree. I give that round to brother
No, I don't.
BVO.
I don't know who that dude is.
You ain't seen
Hold
Pinkerton
on,
Thomas fight Mike Tyson? You ain't
you're
seen
not supposed
Pinkerton
to
Thomas
trust the
fight Mike
judge,
Tyson?
man.
Free?
No, I don't. I
Wow.
don't.
Hey, Judge, you're not supposed to talk to the people, man.
All right, well, whatever, man. I give it around to BVO.
All right, then we're gonna go with my man GP because GP said he was with it. That's Gregory Pratt. If y'all don't know.
Yeah. Yo, again, I'm agreeing with Prize again. Um, this round go to BVO. He came with it. Um, he came with it. It was a few things that Free was talking about. Because he'll trick you with his words. So he came out talking about. He named a bunch of fighters or whatever, but a lot of them guys had losses on a resume. But when Bo was champion, undefeated, Lennox was undefeated too. And Bo was running through everything, but Bo was running through everything that was in front of him. And so I think BVO had a super strong round. Prize, yo, you could talk, bro, because you almost had me flip flopping. But
Nah, it's
nah,
all good. I see you, Big Dre, but I'm
No,
just saying
let
I know
oh,
who he is because I watched boxing
hey,
that long. He was a
yo, Pride.
nobody, but
Let,
nevertheless.
let, let us get through the rest of the judges and then
okay, my bad. Oh, all right, yeah. But that round definitely go to the BVO. He made a bunch of good points. He made a bunch of good points on Bo's behalf, and I agree with, and I feel like a lot of the stuff that Free was talking about was really fluff for real. But um, on to the next one.
is it on me?
Yeah, it's on the
Is it
legend,
on
the
me?
Mickey freaking
Okay,
legend.
okay. I'm glad I am going last because this is the total opposite of the first round, ladies and gentlemen. Because I was the only one that gave it to BVO. So on the opposite side, I'm giving this to D Free. So let me break it down for everybody in attendance. Shout out to everybody that came in, Bodywork, everybody that just came in, Big Dre. Shout out to everybody. But I got to get this to D Free, and I'm calling it a slaughterhouse. As BBO say, put him in the dirt, and I'm going to tell my fellow judges and everybody in the chat why. So one thing that we always talk about, we bring up is past prime. So I'm glad that continue over here because it's things that was left on the plate. So fair is fair, and I would give what everybody else missed about prime. There's this past prime, and then there are done fighters. So there's certain fighters that we mentioned, and we just say they completely done. For example, we say Deontay Wilder is done because he's done, past his prime and done and cooked. Now, past prime doesn't mean that you're done. Past prime is just saying you're just a less version of what you was. You're not. You're a less greater fighter than what you was. You're a less good a fighter. That don't mean that you're trash. So, with that being said, and when we talking about the resumes and everything, this is why I give that to D Free. Now, I have to correct my brother Prize about something because this is something that judges not supposed to do, and this is why I have to disagree with him, and we can't do that. and he probably didn't realize it. But we cannot give someone credit for what they didn't say, because that makes you debating the debater and not being the judge.
Okay, fair enough.
So you just trying
Point
to
taken.
throw.
Point
Yeah,
taken.
you was throwing. BBO could have said them things himself, but he didn't. So he can't get a point for that. You know what I mean? So
Facts. Bet.
You know what I mean? So that's why I'm like, is my brothers listening to what's going on right now?
I'm definitely listening.
You know what I'm saying?
You heard me say it was a tough round.
Yeah. So when y'all was judging it, I really thought y'all was going to give it to D-Free. You see what I'm saying? But y'all opinion matters, and this is my score. So this is why I gave it to D-Free. And BBO did good, but man, even D-Free came with stats. He presented way more evidence than BBO. You can even look at the chat. Bentley said, "Hey BBO, that 5 I sent you, just send it over to D-Free because he cooking you on it."
That's crazy.
Okay.
Hold on.
So, wait. So
BBO, you better come with something.
real quick. So they must have seen the same exact thing that I seen and that I heard. So I gotta get this round to D-Free, and he did, and he best team on a rebuttal too, but still a great round by BBO. But I honestly have to give this to D-Free.
Hey man,
I like that.
I do too, because I didn't even know we was doing this till I was on the airplane. But I'm glad you taught me something on the fly, though. I know better.
Yeah, it's good, bro. It's good.
Appreciate
the
that.
air up there is always rare, but now we got it a little bit down to earth. My main man, the greatest legend. I'm gonna tell you what, he the greatest man. AKA the grumpy OG. Because I'm gonna tell you like this, bro. If we was judging this on round, that was a 10-7, might have been a 10-6, brother.
I don't agree, but I feel you though. BBO didn't say he didn't say those things, so that made me.
Did I listen to the question?
Yo, it was so much that BBO could say.
Yeah,
like
so
I said in the first
Hold
round.
Hold on. This and that's wrong. Let me say this. Hold on, Crush. Hold on.
Goes to BBO.
Let me say
goes
this.
to BBO.
I'm gonna say this.
Listen to the question.
That's wrong. That's wrong, Crush, as a judge for you to critique other judges. That's not your place as a judge.
But he can't
That's not your place as a judge. That's not your place as a judge. Your place as a judge to give your opinion. It's not to give your opinion about what the other judges did.
No, they can't.
No, that's corny, man. You can't do that.
No.
You can't do that.
Hey, BBO.
I ain't never seen nobody do that.
Hold up, slow down, panel. BBO, as a debater, you are out of order, bro.
You can't judge what the other guys did. That's not you.
I'm being fair.
This is crazy.
I'm being fair, bro. I'm being fair. Hear me out.
What?
You can't do that, just like Prize couldn't do what he did. He was throwing you a loop. He can't give you credit for something you didn't lay out, bro. So I had to correct him.
Hey,
yeah, you got a point with that one, Crush. You got a point.
I'll leave it at that. I'll leave it at that.
And then I could have just put something in the chat
Crush.
for the judges to read and say, "Yo, that's a disqualification, bro."
Crush.
I know how to judge a debate here. This ain't
I-
about no favoritism. I'm a judge for real, and I'm gonna do this for real for the justice of both of y'all, bro. I gave you the first round, bro, because I honestly thought you won the first round, but you got your ass kicked this time.
Hey, I'm just hold on. If we hold on, let me say it. Hold on, one second. Let me say this. If we talk,
get back to the debate, brother. You in a debate. Get back.
well, let me say this. If that's the case, the chat just said, "We get it, Crush. You want free to win, twin."
No. Listen.
That's what the chat just said.
Hold up. Let me say this.
We're getting off topic, so
let me say this.
Everybody in the chat, I'm gonna spank all y'all asses for that.
Let a more experienced judge do this final round, because I'm not an experienced judge. But I feel what you're saying, though, Crush.
Hold up, Prize. Let me say this. The question was, who fought the better level of competition?
Right.
You said you named off a lot of names, but the reason I didn't give it to you is because you didn't know. I know you know some of those guys.
Because I believe that you know some of them names. Tony Tubbs, you know who Tony Tubbs is.
No, whether you know some of the names or not. If I say I don't know them, that's what I say.
All right, that's
whether
cool.
You know
Again,
I'm
inexperienced.
But the question was, who fought the better level of competition. So
I felt like Bowe have.
you telling me what BBO told you, and what I told you
And
is that
knowing what I know,
you felt like Riddick Bowe fought the better level of competition. Like I said, BBO
yes,
already won the round. I'm
yes.
not I'm not I'm
I
not I'm
stand.
not
I
trying to take
stand
the
on what I
round
No,
said.
backwards
no, I'm
like
not.
that.
Listen,
He
free.
won the
No,
round.
This all
we
I'm
like
saying.
I
to
All I'm
stand
saying
on what
is
I say. Free. I feel like Bowe
just
fought the better competition. It's
yeah,
my
you
opinion.
you
Based off of
once
what? Based off of
once
what?
we lay our score, we ain't got to run it back because we slowing up the debate, bro. We
it's
slowing up the
one
Yeah.
Go
one.
ahead.
It's
You
one
really
one.
are.
It's
Uh,
one
You
one. Let's
really
get
are.
back to it.
I'm gonna say
Go to
this
the next
too.
one because I'm about to get ready to get up out of here anyway.
Yeah,
Go
we
ahead.
we
Go to the
can't
next
slow
one.
up the debate. We gotta stay
Oh,
in line, people, of what we doing. Okay, let's
okay.
get back
Well,
to the
then
debate.
I'll say what I gotta say afterwards. We're gonna go to the next question. Career longevity and dominance. Considering their prime years and career longevity, who demonstrated greater dominance in their respective eras? And this one is to D Free.
We say it again. Say it so they can hear it
Oh, so
again,
the
Tommy.
third question is career longevity and dominance. And we're gonna ask the question from this perspective. Considering their prime years and career longevity, who demonstrated greater dominance in their respective eras?
I would say by most definitely Lennox Lewis demonstrated dominance in his longevity. The man was undisputed champion, and the time that he did lose his belt, he went back and got it and became a champion again. Riddick Bowe dropped his belt and never went back to go get it. He dropped his belt and said, "I'm not fighting that man." That's not showing me that you dominant. You got a man out there that say he can beat you. In order for you to show me that you're the best, how we want to say these guys are the best, you got to go beat that guy that say he wants to beat you. He was your mandatory. He put himself in position to fight you, and you said, "I'm not fighting you." You're not showing me you dominant by saying, "I'm not fighting this dude. That's my mandatory. I'm gonna drop my belt. You can go have it," and you never become champion ever again. No, you wasn't dominant. You only known for two fighters that you had. You known for a trilogy that you had with Daniel Evander Holyfield and the two low blow fights that you had with Andrew Galata. That's what you're known for. You also known for ducking Lennox Lewis. You wasn't dominant. You was dominant fighting a bunch of bums. That's what you was dominant. Lennox Lewis fought all of the top guys in that weight class. Whether you want to say they was past their prime or they was in their prime, he fought every top guy in the weight class. That's showing how dominant you are. Lennox Lewis is the only heavyweight between these two guys that has beaten everybody he has ever stepped in the ring with, whether he got stopped by him or not. He went back and stopped them, and he became champion and kept his title. He fought the young upcoming guy in Vitaly Klitschko and stopped that man. That man was dominant for the entire duration of his championship. He was dominant. Nobody could beat that man. Nobody did. When they did beat him, he went back and settled that loss. So that man is dominant. And still to this day, we talk about how dominant Lennox Lewis was, how great Lennox Lewis was. He's known as one of the greatest heavyweights of all time because of his dominance at heavyweight, what he did at heavyweight. I'll rest on that one.
Okay. I'll make this. I'll make
tough.
this.
Lennox Lewis had a long career. He stayed on top for years and avenged his losses. But Riddick Bowe's prime was untouchable. When Riddick Bowe, at his best, no one could beat him. Excuse me. You look at his size. We talk about one of the first true super heavyweights, 6'5", 254 pounds. Um, and let's be honest here. Inside of beating this guy, man, who's beating Riddick Bowe from 92 to 93? Lennox had the longevity, but Bowe just was a better fighter at his absolute peak. If you're asking me, this reminds me of that debate of who's better, LeBron or Jordan. Yeah, LeBron's played longer, but Jordan was more efficient and more dominant. And we talking about, we talk about all the greats that he fought. People say, "Oh yeah, Bo didn't fight this guy. He didn't fight." Everybody that was in his face, he beat to death. And we all know the business of boxing, as we see it affect fighters today, affected Riddick Bowe. Riddick Bowe if you talk about longevity, no, he didn't have that. But if you seen him, he was like a Bo Jackson. It was almost like seeing a shooting star. You seen probably the perfect heavyweight. Big, strong, great defense, great tactician. I just tell you this. We're gonna give it to Lennox as far as longevity, but we cannot say who had a better, who looked better in the absolute peak. It's no question it was Riddick Big Daddy Bowe. And I'll leave it at that.
All right, he said there's no question that was Big Daddy Bowe. Well, I can't say that because he wouldn't fight the guy that was testing his manhood. The guy that challenged his manhood, he wouldn't fight him. So you can't be the most dominant guy if there's a guy that you won't fight and he wants to fight you. Lennox Lewis was trying to get that fight. He was demanding that fight. So much so he made that man drop his belt because he didn't want to fight him. So how dominant are you that you let a guy who's your mandatory make you drop your belt because you don't want to fight him? He made you drop your belt. So you can't tell me that he was dominant. You said between 90, who was beating him? Lennox Lewis was beating him. That's why he wouldn't get in the ring with him. Lennox Lewis was beating him. Who was beating Lennox Lewis? Because the only two guys you can name after that. Right back and avenge those losses. So who was beating Lennox Lewis? It wasn't Big Daddy Bowe because he wouldn't get in the ring to fight him. So we know Big Daddy Bowe wasn't beating Lennox Lewis. I know that Lennox Lewis was trying to beat Big Daddy Bowe and he wasn't trying to get in the ring with him. So you said he was the most dominant. When Lennox Lewis, the only thing he had to do to make himself even more dominant, he did it. He got with Emmanuel Stewart and developed a power jab, a swivel jab, a range jab. He got with Emmanuel Stewart, and it made him even more dominant.
My rebuttal is
Got with Emmanuel Stewart made him more.
this. Are you still going? My bad. Are you still going?
Yeah, no, my bad. I said when he got with Emmanuel Stewart, it made him even more dominant. So that he already showed how dominant he was before he got with Emmanuel Stewart. He got with Emmanuel Stewart and developed his jab even better and became more dominant. I rest.
I'll say it like this: when we talk about Lennox Lewis, he said he the only one to redeem his losses. The only loss Big Daddy Bowe had, he came and got it back in blood, so to speak. So let's not give people misinformation. But like I said, Lennox had a long career, but Riddick Bowe was like a force, man. It's like I said, you don't hear people say this about Gail Sayers. You don't hear people say this about Bo Jackson. Some guys just don't have the longevity. But one thing you won't do, Bo was a true heavyweight at his best, and he was unstoppable at his peak. And to be honest, ain't no if you think about big time heavyweight boxing in the early '90s, you think about Riddick Bowe, not Lennox Lewis, the dude who went back to the Olympics to fight the kids. Not him. You don't think about him. You think about guys like Riddick Bowe, Evander Holyfield, Mike Tyson, Frank Bruno. And those are the guys you think about. You think about early '90s boxing. So it's just to me to hear this. I mean, but we're talking about prime. A guy who beat anybody, he could beat somebody on any given night. You can't say that about Lennox Lewis. Lennox Lewis had to go get Emmanuel because what happened? Oliver McCall beat him to death, put him to sleep. You can't tell me a guy is better than somebody who you seen take two naps in the ring. At the end of the day, Big Daddy Bowe never looked that vulnerable. He never looked that bad. And the guy who did beat him is probably a top 10 heavyweight. But you cannot say the same thing for those horrible losses. We're seeing Rockman, Oliver McCall. Are you serious? These are guys that beat you? Come on, dude. This ain't no comparison. Evander Holyfield, I can lose to Evander, bro. I can lose to him. Atlanta, Georgia's own Evander Holyfield. I can lose to him. But Hakeem Rockman, who was that? The Jamaican dude who was nothing more than a project that they put together to make a couple dollars, went in there and knocked out Lennox Lewis. Give me a break. We can't talk about how great he is. And you talk about him beating up the kids. David Tua was a kid. He probably was like 15 years old when David Tua was in the Olympics, man. So I maybe when David Tua was in the amateur, he probably was like 18, 19 years old when David Tua was in the amateurs, man. So I don't want to hear this whole thing. The dude didn't want no competition with the guys his age, so he did what a lot of guys do. He did like Lomachenko. You would have thought he was a classic world fighter where he was so soft he went back to the Olympics to kind of beat up some kids because he didn't want no smoke with the big dog. So don't get on here and be disingenuous and tell me Lennox Lewis can compare to a guy like Big Daddy Bowe, who was one of the faces of early 90s boxing. You can't say that about Lennox Lewis. You didn't hear about Lennox Lewis until the late 90s, early 2000s. Everybody talked about Riddick Bowe, Mike Tyson, Evander Holyfield, Frank Bruno. They did never mention no Lennox Lewis, bro. And I'll leave it at that.
All right, all right, all right, all right. I'm gonna tell you, man. Great debate, great round for both parties, and we gonna hand it over to the judges. But before we do, we want to make sure that we acknowledge those who came through, and we gonna shout out my main man, Ben Israel, my main man Clarence McCain from the No Duck Podcast, my main man Bentley B3 Funk or Die. We got Bodywork Boxing in the house, and also we got that great brother Omega Red, and last but not least, we got Grail Sobael coming up in. Oh, Cass Sports, the box historian too. And with that, I'm gonna turn it over to the judges. I'm gonna go with Crush, the Mickey Figure Legend first. What was your take?
Oh man! Shout out to everybody that just came in. So we just finishing up the debate. So we scored the final round. So we would like for you guys, when you get a chance, to go check the playback so you can check out the full debate. It's awesome. I wish some of you guys would have got in time, but you came anyway. So shout out to everybody that just came in the building. Shout out to both debaters, my co-hosts, my brothers, my squad, D Free, and also my brother BBO. And shout out to my brothers, my judges, GP, prize fighter, and also my partner Tommy Hill, always keeping our wild behinds on chill. Man, this was a good one. Now, before I say who won this round, there's one thing that both guys equally had left out, and I'm gonna explain why, but I'm gonna tell you why I scored it, giving it to who I'm giving it to, so you guys understand why I scored it the way that I scored it. Okay, all right. So also, and the question was performance. So I never heard either debater actually speak on performance, but in both of the arguments, one more so landed towards about the performance without saying it in their argument. And the one that did that better for me, in all honesty, was BVO. BVO came out like a wild pack of hyenas. This is one of his best debate rounds that he ever did in his multiple debates, let me be honest. And I think he did a great job. D Free did a great job. And BVO, he really wants this win, and he showed it in his argument and in his rebuttal. And I gave him a 10 on both of them arguments. So I get his round to BVO.
All right, all right, all right. That's a 10 round for my main man, Crush the Legend for BDO Boxing. Shout out my man BDO Boxing. We're gonna turn it over now to Prize. Prize Fighter, how you feel about it?
I mean, good debate. Both the brothers, they had some real good information if y'all wasn't informed or educated. But I kind of got to go with BVO on this round as well, because I feel like he came out swinging on this one. And I agree 100% with Crush. This probably was his best debate. He was on fire. He dropped some juice. His rebuttals, I agree again with Crush. His rebuttals is what did it for me. But I think Free was kind of laid back a little bit because he's the champ. But I gotta go with BVO too. I think he just was a savage. I think he just let it all out. This was his best debate by far for me. I could be wrong, but this is just for me.
All right. My man Prize, he said that this was his best debate by far, man. Great job to the brother BBO. And what say you, Mr. GP? Are you with me?
Oh yeah. Hey yo, I feel like BVO came out. I feel like he came out on fire. He had some super great points. And as D Free, he had good points too. I'm actually giving this round to D Free because he stuck to the question. He stuck to the question of the matter. BVO was on fire, and I was enlightening with a lot of stuff that he said. But as a judge, being in all fairness, a lot of the stuff didn't have nothing to do with the question. And D Free stuck more on to the question. So I gave that round to D Free.
All right, man. So what we have here is a great debate, a very hard fought debate on both ends. 2 rounds to 1 given to the favor of the challenger. BVO boxing over the champ. Be free. Is there a rematch clause up in this?
Congratulations. BVO, you my bro, man. Congratulations, man.
It definitely got to be a rematch clause in there because Free.
Congratulations. BVO was on fire.
I'm not doing no rematches.
Let me say this. I'm gonna talk about the last round in particular, man. 2 things can be true at the same time, bro. And I think that Crush, what you said was absolutely spot on. We got to make sure that when we're judging based on the criteria, what the question asks and how close they come to addressing that question. So you was right. Unfortunately, it can also, if you do it that way, it can also swing the votes towards my man that you was telling them to and that one time. So man, we got to make sure we discuss that afterwards because it can be an influence, and that's what that's what BBO was right. You can't be saying that because it might influence their vote. That being the case, man, I'm gonna say for me personally, I thought that this
do it again.
I thought this was a good debate. I thought that the first round, like I said, I thought BBO came out swinging. I thought his major point was a lot more effective for me than what it was. I thought that the rebuttal free kill, and I think that's his level of expertise in debating. He knows what you said. Now I'm gonna attack what you said to try to put doubt in the minds of anybody who you might be talking to that they say, "Oh yeah, you're right." And I think that and that rebuttal, it kind of like brought it even. So to me, that was the close round. The second round, man, I'm sorry. That was damn near 2 knockdowns up in that round. Man. That was a
2 knockdowns.
Sorry, bro. I gotta keep it a beam. BBO was giving you that salesman talk, and he's a former salesman, so he know how to sway you with some words, but we talking about who fought the better competition, and D Free just gave a litany of who he fought. Like, yo, my man said Thomas. Like Pinkerton Thomas is a good fighter, no doubt about that.
I threw that name out there because you know who he is.
Salute to my brother B3 on that 5-piece, man. I appreciate you. Hey,
we got let Tommy run his final score.
Go ahead, Tommy. My bad.
Get that in there.
Yeah.
From now on, I will be a judge.
I
see people
just
don't
had to
stick to the
laugh because
question.
my man was in the comments cooking on freaking Thomas. He said Pinkerton Thomas. Like, but anyway, bro.
Y'all running with that. I'm just throwing in. I was just reading a notable name.
It's Pinklin. It's Pinklin.
You know who I meant. The guy that wore pink.
That's why I was laughing. He said,
hey, Tom, clean it up. Tom, finish it up. Because I gotta say something. But go ahead, clean it.
Oh, man,
go ahead,
yeah.
clean.
But that round right there was really the textbook on how we are to really address a question, man. He paid attention to what the question was, and he gave us the details of why he took his stance on Lennox Lewis being the best. And I like what BBO said for real, because BBO talk slick to the mug, man. But sometimes you can't let the slick talk get in the way of what actually the evidence would support. And I think that's why there was a mix up with it. But other than that, man, a great debate. I actually had it 2-1 D Free, but it was close in that third round for sure. I definitely gave the third round to my man D Free, but it's only based on the fact that when we're talking about who actually had fought the better competition and how they dominated, there's always the question of dominance. And while my man Riddick Bowe was knocking folks out, you step in the ring, you step in there to get a win, and you want to win as many times as you can, and also you want to beat as many champions as you can. And I thought that, given the fact that he did beat some champions and beat a whole lot of them, and on top of that, he was able to sustain it for a while. I mean, that spoke more to me than just the sheer overall, I guess you would say, fearfulness that a lot of times people would have hopped in the ring with Riddick Bowe struck. So I gave that one. I gave him rounds 2 and 3. I gave BBO slightly the edge on round 1, but that was me, man. I just think that going forward, man, we definitely got to make sure that when we, as debaters or as judges, when we see the questions, we make sure that we're lining up and answering the question, and who lined up and answered the question to the way that it is. Because when we go to church, I'm not church, man, I'm sorry, court, and they get on us. These people that deal with this, they hang on the letter of the law, and they go with the verbiage. Whatever the verbiage is how they're going to judge you. And that's how we got to be when we're doing events, because it's going by what they say, because it's not what you know, it's what you don't know. And the way that they phrase these words is for them to, whenever something do go awry, they can say, see, this is what we said.
Mm-hmm.
So we got to make sure that when they're giving us the questions or we're judging on the questions, it's because of what they said, and it matches up to what we're asking. And what
that's a great point. The cool thing is this: with this channel, I want to send hey, like I said, I feel like my man Spinks, man, when he beat Muhammad Ali. What do you say? I beat the mofo. So I mean,
BBO,
go ahead.
Hey, before you go on your spiel, man, somebody just came in and said, "Yo, what's popping, man?" Acknowledge that, brother.
I can't hear you.
That's my man ATX.
ATX, big ATX. Say, yo, what's popping?
Oh, okay. Okay, what's up, ATX? What's up, brother? I'll say this, man. Shout out to Free. And the cool thing about this is, as us being a young up and coming channel, I appreciate having a master debater like D Free, because I'll be honest, this was my best performance, because I done seen Free smoke me a bunch of times, so it felt good. That I've just gotten better and better and better, and from here on out, I plan on dominating him. So just know, when you come out, Free, we dominating you from now on, man. As a passion of the guard, man, I appreciate it, and I'll gladly give you a rematch if you
It ain't
want
no
it.
passing of the guard. This was daggone. You had the daggone judge from Canelo Alvarez versus Floyd Mayweather in your side. Ain't want no daggone passing of the bar. You was sitting
Damn,
there
it's like
throwing
that.
windmills while I was throwing straight
Well, I
shots.
wasn't the only judge that had it 2-1 free.
Hold on, Prize. Let me get him. Let me say this, man. We not gonna talk about who did what to who. We not gonna talk about who did dirty what to who. All I'll say is
I didn't
this.
say who it was. I didn't say you had the judges from the Canelo fight.
Oh yes,
Hey,
we is. Hey, yo.
all I say is this. D Free, did you pick these two fighters?
Huh?
Didn't you pick these two fighters? Hold on, somebody got a really loud background.
I think that's I hear somebody talking in the background. You said, did I take whose title?
No, I'm saying, didn't you pick both fighters?
Yeah, I did.
And you pick who you wanted to go with, right?
Yeah.
So I'll leave it at that. And
that ain't got nothing to do with the daggone outcome.
hey, all I can
Like
say is we got the
all I'm gonna
belt.
say is this. This is what I'm gonna say.
Go ahead.
Me judging as a judge. Like I said, it's over and done with. BBO one. It's over and done with. Me judging. I'm going based off what the evidence says. I don't care what I know. I don't care what the next man might know. I'm going based off what evidence they presented to me. If he doesn't present evidence that's greater than the other person evidence, I can't give him that fight. I mean, I can't give him that round. I go based off what evidence you present to me. Because I debate, I
And
know how it goes.
I
So
totally agree with Free with that. I totally agree with Free with that. I actually scored the bout um 2-1 BVO. I mean 2-1 D free. I scored it 2-1 D free because Free was just he was up there lying. Like he was up there lying to the people, bro. Real shit. I ain't no real shit. Real shit. Yo, cause I'm under the impression I knew that Bo dropped this belt because Lennox didn't want to fight him. That's why he dropped this belt.
no, he dropped his belt because Lennox wanted to fight him.
Nope. It's the other way around. And
No,
so
no, no. We had my man Clarence had a talk with Riddick Bowe, and Riddick Bowe said, "I wish I would have took the fight." He dropped the belt because Lennox Lewis. They wanted to give Lennox Lewis $5 million, the same amount of money they was giving Riddick Bowe. And he said, "I'm the champion. I'm not giving him the same split I'm getting when I'm the champion. He's my mandatory." Lennox Lewis wanted the fight.
okay, all right,
That's
cool,
true.
cool,
That's
cool,
true.
cool, 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 cool. All
That's a
right, no,
fact.
no, 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 no.
Now
You
see
learned me
when
something,
playing
but
talk on.
I do know that as a lawyer, yo, you're a good lawyer. Like you be just throwing stuff out there, and it sound good, so people like, dang, yo, he on it. No, some things
Why
don't be correct.
why would he drop his belt if Lennox Lewis don't want to fight? He's the champion. Lennox Lewis is the mandatory. He keep his belt.
Right,
That
right,
don't make sense to drop your
right.
belt.
But in all fairness, I definitely I as a judge, I gave it to you because you was on it. Yeah,
And,
you was on it.
and I'm gonna do this
That
right
don't even
now.
make sense.
I'm gonna do this right now. It's some people that I'm calling out. I'm gonna go on this channel and call him out. I'm definitely gonna call out my man Knockout, and I'm definitely calling D Free for a rematch because this is
I'm
what we
not
do,
doing
man.
no rematch.
He said,
He see you getting better, bro.
yeah, I see. I see.
No, it ain't got nothing to do with getting better. The only way I do I do a rematch on Knockout's channel.
um, but shout out to my man Scrapbook Boxing. I hear he gonna give me a shot at the title sometime next week. So we gonna keep this momentum going. BBO learning every day how to debate, and like I said, I appreciate Free for passing the guard, and he was a great champion for a long time. But hey, everybody got to go, man. And on that note, man, I appreciate the opportunity, man. I'm not gonna down you. Free's a great champion. He just can't beat BVO. That's all. That's how we can leave it.
That's crazy.
But I will say this: going forward, we're gonna do some better stuff with judging. We all learning, so we ain't gonna talk about who did wrong, who did this or who did that. We're gonna just keep getting better because we're a team. It don't matter. I didn't win. I don't win. If Free don't win, and if Free don't win, I don't win. So at the end of the day, we all win. It's about putting on great shows, having fun. And I'm gonna tell you this, man. We got some big stuff coming. Like I said, we about to bring some more people to help us with some stuff. And shout out to Raycon. I appreciate you, Miss Sylvia, for giving me an opportunity to do this. And I'm just excited about boxing in general. And it's gonna get nothing but better, man. Shout out to my man Ben Israel. We're waiting on the new theme song from Ben Israel, man. So I'm ready, man. But you got anything for us, Free or Crush? Anybody got
Yeah,
anything? Tell me.
I got something to say. And you know me, I gotta shake the ground. So once I shake this, we out of here. All right, let's keep this real, right? This debate is an in-house debate. It's been an in-house debate series that's been going on.
Right.
Okay, so BBO defeated D Free over here. That has nothing to do with D Free's overall debate record. And BBO had to fight him like 100 times, so he finally got one on him. So this don't go on his D-Freeze goddamn record. That's why he said he ain't worried about no damn rematch. Now he want to make it count outside the in-house because this was in-house. Let's be fair.
Mhm.
Then if you want to make it official, we're doing on knockout. So I know where he's coming from, but I just had to let it be known this wasn't in-house. It don't go on his record, his overall record. Yes, BBO finally got him over here. So
And just because you said that, Free, I'm gonna text knockout tonight, and I'm gonna set it up. So I'm gonna get my rematch. Wherever you want, you can get it, man. It's just that simple. But we ain't hiding, we ain't running. We don't play no home games, man. It's just BBO boxing. So if you want to go to knockout and lose there, that's cool. I'm gonna text him tonight, and we gonna set it up.
Oh, somebody want to die for real. We out of here, y'all.
That's crazy.
Hey, but it looks like the Ohio State is about to win, man. So shout out to the Notre Dame for a good season, man. Maybe next year. Maybe next year.
What's the score? What's the score?
What's the score?
It was 21-7. Let me double check before we get out of here. Let me double check. Hold on.
Nah, but while you checking, man, that was great.
It's 28-7. 28-7. My bad. We stomping them. 28-7.
We stomping?
Yeah, Ohio State.
We stomping? Okay.
But like I said, it was a good season. And again, Freeze, my brother, man. I appreciate the opportunity. And you know what it was? It feels good as a little brother to finally get a win because Free had been kicking my head. So I'm glad to get a win.
You just finally got to win against your big brother that's always been whipping your ass in the house. That's all that is. This don't blemish deep overall.
Oh, hold on. Big Dre said knockout will smoke you, bro. I don't think so. You know what? One thing I'll tell you, man, I know you niggas never been to church, but you guys ever read the story of David and Goliath, man? So I just want to leave it at that. And on that note, we going, y'all. Peace.
Peace. Good show. Good show, y'all. Good show.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching BVO. And if you're down with BVO, subscribe and join the community. Have a great night.